That's how that goes. I remember that note. You're like, so you told Tatiana and Desiree that I'm your boyfriend? I'm like, yeah.
But the thing was what happened the next day was the most uncomfortable situation that I had ever gotten into, because by the end of the conversation, I was like, all right, I think I may have something here. And I get a call from her like the next day, and her grandfather passed away.
Yeah, that night.
And I was like,
that's why we were at my neighbor's house, because my parents went to the hospital.
So now I'm a new boyfriend.
And now here you have this.
And now I have a funeral already to deal with, and I did not know what to do. It was very awkward, to say the least. I didn't know what to do, because I was like.
And my bestie was really mad at me for dating you too.
Well,
I mean, she got over it pretty quick, but.
Unfortunately,
she was mad for like a day.
I was interested in somebody else. No offense.
She was mad for like a day. She got over it.
But yeah, that is how we got together. It's never been easy for us. It absolutely has not been.
Never has.
So it's always been something good followed with something bad, followed with something good, followed with something bad. I think it's just a continued rotating situation.
That's not good, because if that's the case, the next good thing that happens to us, like someone we love is not gonna die, and it's like that's.
No, because right now we're in the low part. We're eventually gonna go back up.
How are we in a low part right now?
Well,
we have
we're adulting.
Oh, adulting sucks.
Adulting has
adulting
consumed our life, trying to be good about everything. Oh, adulting. Sucks.
We're really talking about our lives for 13 minutes, Jesus.
Yes.
It's gonna be like an hour-long video.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
But yeah, then we officially started dating, and that was the beginning of us. 16 years ago.
That was 15 years ago.
That was 15 years ago?
Yes, 2002, September 8th, 2002.
So she's the one who remembers the dates and what I'm wearing. I'll remember the events. So going forward, you'll see that in our videos. We're not collectively good at remembering everything. Dates, times, amount of times things happened.
I made you wait a whole 34 days for my first kiss.
We have some time. Would you like to talk about our first kiss, honey?
That was funny. That whole week was funny.
That was very interesting.
My 16th birthday was earlier that week. And
now, at this point, had I met your parents?
Yes.
So let's talk about that first.
Oh.
Because we have the time before this pizza's done. Meeting Christina's parents.
Oh.
Now, I have no problem with any religions at all, and I make that known. I like to have conversations about religion, but I wasn't prepared. I mean, I was sort of prepared, but wasn't prepared for what would come next. So, Christina...
I told him that my parents are Jehovah's Witnesses, and they are very strict, and they are not going to be happy with me dating, but I was told I could date at 16.
So, I was called up and told that her parents wanted to meet me. And being the old school gentleman that I am, I have no problem saying, hey, that's cool, I can do that. Just let me know when and where, and please let me know what I can and cannot say. So we came up with a date, we came up with a time. She drew me the directions to her house on the back of a piece of paper.
Did I?
Or did I do that?
I think you did. I think I told you how to get there and you drew them on a piece of paper.
Yeah. All I know is I still have that map somewhere. It's on the back of something I have still.
Like a notebook?
I think so. It's probably like lyrics or something I still have from way back in the day. And so I have no clue what to expect. Okay? And I get there, family's really nice, everybody's, hi, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. we had dinner first, right?
Yes.
So we eat dinner, which, didn't you make that fish?
My mom made bacalao.
Oh, bacalao.
Which is a salted codfish, and
Is-
guineo, which is boiled plantains. Which you didn't mind the boiled
I
plantains.
didn't matter the plantains. I've never hated plantains, but
You were not
I
prepared
was
for that
not
fish.
prepared for that fish.
You don't like fish to begin with.
I
You were
don't.
just very polite and you ate
I
all of it.
was-
You were like, thank you.
Yeah.
I think it was like 10
And it was
years
so
before I would
salty.
discover that you hated fish.
Oh, it was so salty. And on top of that, I thoroughly hate fish. I really don't like fish.
And my parents seem to keep feeding you fish because then the first time my dad ever cooked for you, my biological father ever cooked for you, he made salmon.
Ugh. Apparently, her family thinks that any white person that comes in the house wants fish. I don't. Give me steak or chicken.
That was hilarious. My dad was like, isn't salmon your favorite fish? No, not at all, Dad.
Nope. Not
Not at all.
So here we are. We've just eaten dinner, and they have like a wraparound couch, and we sit down, and her parents go, "Okay, Christina, go upstairs.
They kicked
Take
me
your
out
kids.
of
Take your siblings with you. We need to have a conversation."
You can go ahead because since I was a present for this, I'll go ahead and remove this. Oh, this looks good.
Is it brown?
Yeah, look.
Oh yeah, this is coming out perfect. So I'm told to we have the yes. So we're gonna move this over real quick, and then I'll finish telling the story. Okay, so I was told that basically they started talking about the religion and everything, and how Jehovah's Witnesses, they only date to eventually marry and all this other stuff. Now, at that point, mind you, I was 16, but I didn't have a problem with anything they were saying. Beknownst to Christina, I was very happy with our relationship and everything.
Of course, we've been dating for a month.
Hey,
Still fully in the honeymoon stage.
it doesn't matter, man. I had plenty of girlfriends before you, and I was not happy with any of them.
He's a hoe.
But my first kindergarten crush was my girlfriend, so
I know.
I'm a whore. But anyway, so they're having the conversation. They date for marriage, and do you understand our beliefs, and do you know this, and do you know that? Now the good thing is before I met her family, and this wasn't like right away, I had actually sat down with the Jehovah's Witness who came to my door and wanted to discuss the religion as they do. And I was still young, and I said, yeah, let's go ahead and have this discussion. So I would sit down and I would have that conversation with them, and I was learning. That's one of the big things about me, is I love learning about religion, so it was something fun. Well, I knew most of it. I didn't know everything. Obviously, I'm still learning, and God knows, I'm iffy on half of it. But the fact of the matter is they're trying to scare me off.
Oh, totally.
Complete scare tactics.
The very first boy ever brought home.
Yeah. Complete scare tactics. But guess what? I was actually happy, and you know what? I didn't care. I wanted to be with Christina.
I think had they been like, you have to go down the aisle right now, you would have been like, all right.
I'm not saying I'm a creep or a creeper or anything, but we'd actually had, at that point, we basically stayed up every single night and had a long conversation. So a month in seems like, oh God, they're crazy. We had talked about pretty much everything. So I didn't have a problem with anything they were saying, And so we get through the conversation, and surprisingly enough, I survive. But sitting there trying to figure out what they were trying to do scared the living crap out of me, man. I had no clue what was going on. Want to put the chicken on first?
Okay.
We'll put these toppings on and then cover it with that.
Okay.
So, Jehovah's Witnesses will have the conversation with you. You know.
I don't think it's only just a Jehovah's Witness thing. I think.
Well, they're
Spanish.
the only ones that, well, yeah, maybe it's
I
Spanish.
think it's also the cultural thing because I don't think my mother has ever sat down any of the girls my brothers dated and been like, what are your intentions with my son? Like, I pretty much know that my sister's boyfriends have gone through that. I know because I put them through that, and I know my brother's like, you know, he's a PIMP of our family, so it's kind of like, it's more of like, dude, what's your intention with this chick? So
maybe it is.
So
just
maybe it's just
side.
I think it's more of the cultural thing of the girls. Like, the girls are more protected. So what's going on with this one?
It doesn't look like something I want to put on my pizza.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm picky when it comes to my pizza. So as you see, I'm kind of loading it up with chicken.
I have a lot of chicken. This is gonna be heavy.
It is going to be heavy, but they're not very big pieces, so I feel like it'll counteract each other, and it's healthy. As long as I keep saying it, it's real.
I mean, it's not horrible.
No. So we're gonna put a little bit of feta cheese on here.
That's poisonous.
I'm sure it is.
I'm trying to save your life.
Thank you, baby. I'm so glad that you're saving my life. All right. So that's maybe half the container. Nothing big. All right, and then we're gonna put.
Crazy on that because it's gonna be so heavy.
I know. But I just want to be able to cover it. So we got everything on here, as you can see. We're gonna go ahead and throw this back in the oven.
How high?
It's decent because once the cheese starts melting down, it'll hold everything in. I think this is gonna be awesome. So let's put this back in.
Of course, it's gonna be awesome. I think we'll have to make this for Dwight and Sarah the next time they come over.
I think so. So it's going to go back in the oven. We'll clean this up. And we're going to wait until the cheese melts, gets a little bit brown, and it should be ready to eat. Just like that. We went through meeting each other. We went through... That's where we were leading. We were leading to the kiss.
Our first kiss.
So, dealing with her parents and everything, I was like, you know what? I still like her, you know. Her parents.
Was that the final test?
Her parents are a little crazy, but
I think meeting your mom was more nerve-wracking, and it only took me like 30 seconds.
My mom's very easy to get along with, so.
I know, but I remember we were walking home from school because we walked home from school together every day. And her and Catherine were going to some doctor's appointment or something of that nature. And she pulled up right on the street where we would normally separate. And she's like, get in the car, we're going to go and run some errands. And I remember you're like, oh, Mom, this is my girlfriend Christina. And I'm like, hi.
Yeah, but it's my mom.
Oh, no.
Now I can't get you to stay off the phone with her.
Nope.
See, you always want your significant other to get along with your mom, but you don't ever expect it to subsede, like to completely surpass your relationship with your own mother. It's pretty bad.
Your mother's my best friend. Your mother's my best friend.
Yes, and at sometimes it's too far.
Yeah, we have some TMI conversations, and I think that we both realize that we shouldn't be having with each other sometimes.
Yes. But
then we're like, oh, why did we just share that with each other? Oh well,
yeah.
We move on.
So here we are. After school every day, we would walk home because we both walked the same direction. At one point, we would break off, and I would go my way, she would go her way. And you wanna paint the picture for the day that it happened?
So you've been trying to get me I would kiss you on the mouth, but I wouldn't give you like I guess you could say a proper kiss.
I wanted some tongue.
Pretty much, dirty old man.
I was like, where's my tongue?
So that's pretty much what it was. Is you were trying to slip me the tongue for a while, and every time you would open your mouth, I would like clamp down on you. And I think it took you about 3 weeks before you asked me why I wouldn't kiss you, and then I told you I'd never kissed a boy before. And you were on the phone and you were trying to explain to me how to French kiss over the phone. And it was the most awkward conversation. I remember sitting in my living room just want to hang up on you because I'm like, I don't have this conversation.
I mean, I was a professional at that point.
I'm like, kissing boys leads to going to hell. Even though Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in going to hell. But
hashtag this is religion.
Hashtag this is religion.
Yeah.
But I was... needless to say, not prepared for it. And then the week of my birthday, I finally said, you know what? I just turned 16. We've been together for a month. I think this is it. I'm gonna kiss him. But then you'd gotten so used to me. The first day I chickened out, so I kept my mouth closed. The second day, I opened my mouth, and you closed your mouth, and you got mad at me. And when we got home and talked on the phone, you were, like, practically yelling at me. You were so mad. You're like, what happened?
At this point, I feel like you're just being a tease now.
You were not happy. You were not happy.
You were waiting for me to close my mouth so that you would just, you would just tease me.
And so then day 3, it finally happened, and that was October 12th.
See, I don't remember what day it was. I remember the scenery. I remember where we were. I don't remember what we were wearing. In my head, it was completely different.
I don't know what I was wearing. You were wearing a blue shirt and khaki pants.
Well, that's because that was our school attire.
You were normally.
So you were probably wearing a skirt, or.
I probably was wearing. I used to wear that black skirt all the time.
Or the khaki. You had a khaki skirt once.
I did.
So it was one of those two.
It was either my khaki skirt or my gray or my black skirt.
But we got
those black tight pants that you really liked.
But the funny thing was every time we'd walk home, we'd always get to the corner where we'd separate, and we'd stand there for like 30 minutes talking, or like, you know, just flirting back and forth, like not actually doing anything. And this was the first time that you were officially going to kiss me. So, how'd it happen?
I just remember just opening my mouth, and you actually opened your mouth the first time. And I remember opening my eyes halfway through it and seeing this. And like, close your eyes, it doesn't look cute. It doesn't look cute.
See that, kids? Romance is live and well. Just don't make sure you open your eyes.
Don't open your eyes the first time. It's not a fun sight.
That's a life lesson. Just don't open your eyes for any first time.
For any first time. What do they say in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the second one? That if your eyes are open, shut your knees. If your knees are open, shut your eyes.
Yeah. So yeah, we finally kissed, and it was funny because she was like all like, did I do it right? Was it good? And then like the third question.
Sucks. Nobody's first kiss is ever like this grand thing.
Well, it's like I felt like I was like fighting an octopus. Like
sure.
I wasn't sure where that.
You could tell you consumed a half a bottle of wine.
I haven't consumed half a bottle of wine. I'm partially halfway there.
You drank like 3/4 of this bottle of wine. Your face is totally red. Your ears are red. You're just red.
That's what alcohol does to me. Anyways,
jerk.
So yeah, it was very much like she wasn't sure what to do. You could tell, but it was cute, and I loved it. And I would have to say it's the best kiss that I will remember forever. Nothing more.
Nothing more.
No.
Nothing more. I haven't kissed too many guys, so I don't know.
That's a good thing.
So I have to rank that.
That's definitely a good thing. We have a long story Okay, and there's a lot of twists and turns in our story.
It's mostly because you're a putz. I think your mother would agree with me.
I don't believe that.
She would.
You know, just saying. No, I don't think that's how it goes.
I think she would.
But
think she would.
yeah, we've gone a long way. How's it coming?
It's melted, but it's not brown yet, so we want to give it a little bit more time to brown.
Oh, this pizza's gonna be awesome. But you did good.
I did good. Thanks.
And let me tell you, there's nothing like the 30 questions that came after that. Well, you know, did I do it right? Was it good? Did you like it?
Well, see,
what do I need to change?
At that point, we didn't realize that I suffer from hardcore anxiety. So, I mean, now we know, and it makes a lot of sense on why our our high school relationship went the way it did.
Yes, I will have to admit, there's lots of ups and downs there, but once again, it's just another story in the many, many volumes of our life. Mm-hmm. We're only 16 years knowing each other, 10 years married, but you would swear that we were together like forever. That's good.
No, it's only like we've been married for 2-3 years.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. Depends on who you ask. Some people can't imagine that we've been married that long, and then some people think we've been married way too long.
I think it's sad. Not too many people stay married that long. So, I think one of the things is that I think both of our relationships. Well, we haven't surpassed my biological parents yet. Mm-hmm. But I think we surpassed your biological parents' marriage. Mm-hmm. Being that we both come from divorced parents, it's one of the things that we realize that if you're going to be in a relationship, and this is just good advice, that you make sure that you can actually be with that person. And if you can't, for any reason, you shouldn't be with that person, period. And I think a lot of people don't realize that and don't actually think about it, and they jump into marriage because it seems like the only way to not be alone. And then you're not happy. They wind up miserable, or they wind up divorced, and they wind up continually looking for the rest of their life for something that they're never going to get. And I think that's the good thing about, people always talk about, growing up in broken homes, but I think, neither of us grew up in a necessarily broken home, but we both learned from our parents' mistakes on, yes, they loved each other at one point, but it wasn't right, and I think it was a lot easier for both of us to say, regardless of what's going on in our lives, we can just say, we're going to fight it out. Would we rather fight it out or walk away? And 10 years in, we're still wanting to fight it out, so. Yeah. There's nothing like being able to argue and fight over something and get an answer. And then cuddle up 5 minutes later because it's over. We get it over with. What's the necessity to continue fighting after you've had an argument? You had the argument to basically communicate. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's normally quiet. Loud with us. Our friends. Our poor friends. I blame you because you're just loud in general. Fiery Latina. That's what you signed up for. Fiery. That's what you signed up for. Yes, but I've noticed that my volume tends to get louder every year that I'm with her. Preemptively now. I think now. That's the thing. I just assume any conversation with you is going to get loud. It's going to get loud. Okay, yeah. So this. Look at that. Oh, that looks awesome. That's good. All right. So let me go ahead and pull this out. Back up, baby. Oh, hold on. Let me roll this back up. It's not hot or anything. I'm sorry. There we go. All right. Look at that. It looks fantastic. I feel like it's going to be steaming hot. Yeah, it's hot.
but it's steaming hot. Alright, so I'm going to give it a second. So what do you think? Is it something that you would eat more than once?
Yeah, I would eat it again.
It's good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I think if you didn't do as much chicken, it wouldn't be as soggy as it is. It is a little soggy, other than the crust. I think I'm going to try to eat the crust and just to see how it's kind of where we get just the cheese and the crust. Just to see how that comes out. Because, oh yeah. That's really good. If you taste just the crust, it does really taste like a cheesy cracker, almost like a Cheez Ritz. Cheez-It, excuse me, not Cheez Ritz. Cheez-Its.
It's extremely hot, but it was quite delightful. I will have to say that is quite delightful. So whenever there's a birthday cake flavored anything, Oreos, ice cream, any of the above, I tend to go for it. And we happened to be at the store today and we found this. Now mind you, healthy, not healthy. We picked up Krispy Kreme glazed birthday cake donuts. And we're going to try these out too. Today just tends to be like one of those try everything kind of things. Alright guys, now we're going to try these glazed birthday cake donuts. You want to split one with me?
Yes.
Because you seem like you're kind of full.
I am.
So we're going to break this in half. Ooh, look at that. Alright.
I feel like, Lamar would say we would need milk for this.
Ooh. Get a small glass of milk. We each got our half. Oh, you're going to dunk it?
I am going to dunk it.
Oh, ruin the milk. Alright, ready?
Ruin milk.
Let's go.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. It's a good cakey donut.
Very cakey.
It didn't really taste birthday cake.
You sort of get the sprinkle taste.
That's about it.
Yeah.
It just tastes like a regular curler with sprinkles in it.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at because I like.
No, it's still
I like
good.
Curlers.
I still like it. Yeah, I definitely like it. So if you don't like it, that's fine. These will be mine.
I didn't say that now.
All right. Well, I think that's a very successful night. We had cauliflower pizza. We had birthday cake donuts, and we had, what was it? Pineapple
And strawberry, pink Moscato.
Very delightful.
So I think next week I'll let you choose the liquor.
I'll choose the liquor. That's gonna be nice.
Probably some kind of gross beer.
No, I'm gonna try and find that one we're looking for. You know which one I'm talking about. So if I find it, you'll see it next week. But we do have a good plan on what we're gonna do next week. It is kind of an interesting twist. So definitely make sure to check in on our new video, like and subscribe, and if you guys have comments, maybe suggestions on recipes or something, put them down in the comments below, and we will definitely be able to check those out, and hopefully we'll do a video about it. So I hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Just take a sip. Come on, man. Down it, down it. That's my wife. Hashtag that's my wife. So we tried the new wine. The wine is delightful. We went through the entire bottle before.